If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Morning. The woman killed was 37-year-old Renee Good. She is said to have had 3 children. The Minneapolis City Council has confirmed that she was a resident of the city. Good, we know, was driving a car about 9:30 yesterday in South Minneapolis. This was near 34th and Portland Avenue. Federal officials say she was trying to run over ICE agents, so one of them fired 3 shots in self-defense, killing her. State and city elected leaders dispute that account. Witnesses captured video of what happened as they were hearing and seeing what was all going down on Portland Avenue.
And that is one angle of the shooting, and here's another one from a different angle, which President Trump had referenced when posting to social media yesterday, showing the situation from the front of the vehicle. Again, here is a look at both angles side by side. First, in real time here, you're watching it. We will also slow it down. And we are doing this to give you both views, because in the back angle, it's unclear if that agent was hit by the car. In the front angle, it does seem to show some contact. Federal agents say the agent, quote, feared for his life and was following training. Witnesses are disputing that, saying Good was trying to leave, turn around, and leave the area when she was fatally shot. Back at the scene of that deadly shooting, the memorial has been growing for the victim.
Our Bill Keller joins us there live now with what is happening right now. We know, Bill, probably some people are coming out to show their respects this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. In fact, what you can see behind me, there is this makeshift barricade that's been set up. It's blocking off Portland, prohibiting cars from driving past the scene. But take a look at this video that shows the growing memorial on the other end of this block, where 37-year-old Renee Good was shot and killed by a federal ICE agent. It was fairly quiet overnight, but we are starting to see more people. They're coming out to pay their respects, most really standing in silence, kind of reflecting on what happened near 34th and Portland less than 24 hours ago. This follows a vigil last night where hundreds of people showed up. They packed the streets where the shooting happened, many showing their expressive grief and outrage. They are bringing flowers, candles, and signs that read, "Remember." Here's how some of what happened yesterday as demonstrators came to remember the woman killed while confronting agents who were conducting a targeted enforcement.
We're here today because we lost a community member who was doing what was right. She was fighting for her immigrant neighbors, just as so many of us have been. And now she's gone!
Say her name! Renee Good! Renee Good! Renee Good!
Earlier in the day, massive crowds flooded the scene in the aftermath of that deadly shooting. Protesters throwing snowballs at law enforcement vehicles as they left the area. And while local leaders are sharing their outrage for what happened, they are also encouraging anyone who wants to demonstrate to protest peacefully. Meanwhile, Governor Tim Walz issuing an order to prepare the National Guard if needed to help the public with their safety and the emergency response.
We see these types of things happen, and we saw it after the murder of George Floyd. There's folks that want to cause chaos. There's the disruptors in it. And while the vast majority of those protests were peaceful expressions of their First Amendment rights, there were those that destroyed property and put people at risk. The National Guard is there to make sure that peaceful protests are able to be done, and that those that want to do the destruction are stopped from doing that.
Before I get into this demonstration, allow me to give an understanding to the hood-educated residents and the guests. Like I said in my last video before this one concerning this subject matter, look, be careful. If you're gonna be out there protesting, do not put yourself in a position where the police can shoot you, kill you, beat you, or take you to jail. I understand people want to protest. You have your right to protest. Hey, look, take care of your business. But at the same time, be careful and don't do things that will put yourself in a position to be killed just like this woman. Because that's what happened. We got to understand something. Look, these police, these federal agents, they don't mind killing people. As you can see, after this man killed this woman, he just walked off, jumped in the truck like it wasn't nothing, like it was nothing to him. Why? Because in his mind, he understands, listen, I feared for my life. She tried to run me over with her truck. That's all he need to say. And they gonna have to question, hey, you know what? Wait a minute, you know, he's an officer of the law. She tried to run him over and things like that. They gonna side with him. It has to be, I'm talking about 100% evidence that he was in the wrong. Now listen, if you and I did that, if somebody did what Renee, rest in peace to that sister, if somebody did what Renee did and I was on the outside of the vehicle, I'm getting charged with murder. Yeah, manslaughter. Yeah, you too. Yeah, let somebody be in the car and you pull your gun out and they drive away the same way that she did and you shoot them and kill them. You getting the case. Ain't no questions about it. So now, again, look, if you protesting, I don't agree with causing chaos. You see, I don't agree with that. You gotta peacefully protest. You can't be out here, you know, blocking the federal agents, you know, from doing their job and stuff like that. Like, come on now. You can't do that type of stuff. We're gonna be honest, we're gonna be fair, we're gonna be balanced. Look, you can't do that. And when you do that, I mean, you gotta expect these people right here to do what they wanna do. And that's what happened in this situation. Now, as far as did she hit him? Fuck no, she ain't hit him. And I mean to say that, no. And I seen the other angle that everybody keep telling me about. Hey, Hood, did you check out the other? Yes, I checked out the other angle. And what happened was, as soon as she pulled out, he scooted to the side. Now, if you want to say it looked like she hit him, why it don't look like that from the other video that I showed yesterday? Why we can't see him hitting her? I mean, why we can't see her hitting him, excuse me? Why we can't see that? We should have seen that from that video, but we didn't. And people talking about it was a third police that she hit that was in front of him. Where? What video y'all looking at? Send that one to me. I ain't seen that one. Wasn't no third officer from the videos that I seen. And if it was a third officer, why he ain't shooting then? Since he the one that got hit, why he ain't shoot? You see? So nah, she did, listen. She did not hit him. It's finna look like she finna hit him with the car right there. But she didn't. Now I want y'all to notice that you see the gun in his hand, in his right hand, and his left hand is on her bumper. Now watch this. Watch him scoot to the side. Yeah. Now you see that? His hand still on the car, gun still pointed at her. Ain't nothing touching him. The bumper right there. Look at the bumper. The bumper is not touching him. Look at his legs. Nothing. You see that? Now watch this. You finna watch him. See both of his legs? You see them? Watch him jump back. Jump back right there. Now watch this in slow-mo. See he jumping back? Shot her and jumped back. When did she hit him? Now, allow me to say this right here. And I'm just being 100 with y'all. What she did is enough to get her shot and killed by the police. That ain't no question right there. The police are not finna play with their life, and they not finna think twice if you're gonna hit them or you possibly can hit them. They not finna do that. That's why it's very important that you respect them. That's why it's very important that you listen to what they say. And that's why it's very important that you don't do nothing or you don't make a decision that can end up causing you to lose your life. What she did was a bad decision. That was a horrible decision. From a law standpoint, from a police officer, if I was to put myself in his shoes, I don't know what I would have did in that situation. Just being 100 with y'all. Because the car's coming and it's turning and, you know, he probably heated up because of everything that's been going on. Not only that, from my understanding, right? She was participating in blocking the ICE agents. Everywhere they went, she would park her car in front of them and block them. They would have to go around her all the time just so they can get to where they need to be. But at this time, they got fed up with it. That's why when they jumped out the car, the first words out their mouth was, "Get the fuck out the car." That tells you the attitude right there. It wasn't nothing calm. It wasn't no, "Excuse me, miss, you continue to block us out. You keep blocking us. We're going to send you to jail. We're going to call the Minneapolis police and we're going to have you arrested." Right? That could have easily been done. But that wasn't that, because now these guys are mad. They are upset because she's continuously doing this. So now they said, "No, get the fuck out the car." You see? And so if those guys was mad, you got to understand the other officers around them are upset as well. She is becoming a nuisance. But does that mean that she deserved to die? Fuck no. That does not mean that. That does not mean that she deserved to die, because officers are supposed to de-escalate. They are not supposed to confront unless there's some deadly stuff going on. They are supposed to de-escalate. This is what they get trained for. Am I lying? You see, they could have easily jumped out that car and say, "Hold on, look, check this out. Calm down." Instead of reaching for our door, "Get the fuck out the car." That's legal? Police can do that. Police can just walk up to your car, even though you blocking the road, "Get the fuck out the car," and talk to you like that. No. They could have easily just say, "Hey, listen, check this out. You go ahead, stay right there. We're going to call the Minneapolis police. We got your license plate number. We finna have you arrested. You going to jail. You going in jail because you messing up our federal investigation. The people that we are targeting, we sending your ass to jail." No. We calling the Minneapolis police. We got your license plate number. Easy. But they wanted to confront her. Why? Because they was upset. Now, again, I need y'all to go watch that other video. That video everybody keep telling me, "Hey, it's a different angle." Watch him scoot back and scoot to the side. She did not hit him. Think about it. If she hit him the way that car pulled off, she would have knocked him down. He wouldn't have been able to shoot. She would have knocked him. If you ever been hit by a car, you would understand that. If she would have hit him, boom, it would have knocked him. He wouldn't have been able to shoot. He would have been able to shoot, but he wouldn't have been able to kill her, I should say. So, look, I don't agree with that type of protesting. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to do things the right way. And if you're going to protest, do things the right way so that you won't end up dead like this woman. Because in her wildest dreams, she never thought that she would die that day because of protesting. She didn't think that. She didn't know that. Nobody did. This is something that they do all the time. They protest like that. They get on the highway, they block the highway, can't nobody get nowhere. This is what protesters do. Police know this. Federal agents know this, that this is what they do. But just this time, somebody lost their life. Now, another thing that I thought about when I went over the video again, we got to understand that when those police got out of the car, you know what she told them? She said, "Go around." Right? And if you pay close attention, before the truck pulled up, there was a Ford Explorer that went around. And she told them, "Go around." And you know what they said? "Get the fuck out the car." And they walked up to her car and they started grabbing the door. Now at this point, she probably thinking in her mind, "I gotta escape. I got these two police trying to get at me in my car. I gotta go." She possibly didn't even see the police in front of her. Why? Because she's so focused on these guys trying to grab her and grabbing at the door. All she knows, "Oh, I gotta get up out of here," and tried to leave. And the other police standing in front of her moved out the way and shot her in the face or in the head. Now, I want to show y'all something, right? And I need y'all to walk with me on this demonstration right here. I need to show y'all something because this right here blew my mind when I did my homework. Check it out. Now, what I need y'all to do right now is I want y'all to pay close attention to this vehicle. This is the vehicle of the victim. After being shot by the ICE agent, she crashed into a car And then, as you can see, the vehicle was crashed into a pole. Now, look at the windshield. Pay close attention to the windshield. Now, as you can see, that is a bullet hole in her windshield. Can we all agree on that? Can we agree and say that the ICE agent shot that bullet hole in her windshield? Now, look at this other picture. Now, in this picture, it gives you kind of like a better view as to, you can see that the bullet hole is on the driver's side, right? And it's close to the edge, like it's real close to the side. It's not like square down the middle as if her vehicle was pointing dead at him and, you know, he shot directly into the vehicle. You can see that the bullet wound is closer to that panel. Now, this picture is very important, and here's why. I need you guys to level the bullet hole to the headrest. You see what I'm saying? Is that bullet hole level to the headrest? Or better yet, you know what? Let's not just say the headrest. If you was driving in a car, do you believe a bullet hole or a shot from a gun where it made a bullet hole that low on the windshield would shoot you in the head? Just think about it. Do the measurements, because we can do the measurements. From my understanding and what I'm looking at, nah. That first bullet hole in her windshield would not have killed her. This is just my portion of understanding. Now, the first shot is the most important shot. Why? Because the first shot tells us when he supposedly perceived a threat and thought that his life was in danger, right? But as we can see, I don't believe that the first shot killed her. I believe that shot did. And as you can see, she is getting away. He is not in threat. There is no imminent danger. His life is not in danger. Why is he still shooting? Y'all see what I'm saying? Now look, if you want to say just because she tried to drive off that he can kill her and shoot her, hey look, that's your portion of understanding. But just from my viewpoint, nah, I'm not going for it. I believe this right here is a cold-blooded murder, manslaughter, second-degree murder, but it's not just. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, what is we dealing with? I mean, I'm talking, when the autopsy come out, I can't wait. I want to see exactly how she was shot. You know, I want to see. Was it that first bullet that went in? I don't think the bullet that went through the windshield, I don't think that killed her. Like I said in my demo, it wasn't leveled at the head. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't leveled at the head. But, you know, we'll see. You know, I mean, because the autopsy gonna come out and there is an investigation going on, so we'll see. Now, the other thing I want y'all to pay close attention to is the law, right? The law. And the law says that people can assemble and they can peacefully protest. So for all you brothers and sisters out there that's protesting, follow the law. Follow it. Even if the police are not following the law, you follow the law. Why? So that way you can be right. And there's a lot of power in being right. Because if you right and somebody do something to you, that means that they are in the wrong, not you. You see what I'm saying? Now, look, in this demonstration that I'm about to show y'all, it appears that the ICE agents wasn't following the law. Check it out. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, Officers may use deadly force only when they have reasonable belief that such force is necessary to protect themselves or other persons from an imminent threat of death or serious physical injury. Key guidelines for ICE agents on the use of deadly force include that it is authorized only in situations presenting an imminent danger, and the force used must be objectively reasonably given the circumstances. Force should be a last resort when no safe alternatives exist. Deadly force cannot be used solely for a fleeing suspect unless they pose a significant threat. Discharging firearms at moving vehicles is generally not allowed unless the vehicle or a person inside is being used to threaten with deadly force and no other defense is possible. A verbal warning should be given before using deadly force if feasible and safe. Officers are also trained in de-escalation. These policies align with U.S. constitutional standards and DHS directive prioritizing the preservation of life. Violations can result in penalties. Now, I gotta ask y'all, was there any way that he could have escaped any harm? Yes, and he did. He got out of the way when she pulled off. Now, from a brother standpoint, a black man, listen, we know we can't do nothing like that. If a police stand in front of our car, we understand like, hey, look, If we try to pull off like that, we gonna get shot 78 times. The next person we gonna see is Jesus. We gonna be up there talking, hey man, bruh, Jesus gonna be like, Hood, you knew better than that, bruh. All them brothers that done died before you, brother, and you still gonna pull out, yeah, Jesus, you know players mess up too, man. Damn, man. How it all went down though? Did I, you know what happened? I'm talking, man, we going there. We going up there. We already know that. But we gotta understand the dynamic. Listen, y'all. That's why I said in my last video, I was like, I'm surprised they shot a white woman. I'm surprised they shot a white person, period, for something like that. But that just goes to tell us that, look, man, they don't give a, man, listen. They ain't discriminating when it comes to this immigration stuff. They don't care. Because usually, y'all know, some of my white hood educated residents, y'all probably don't understand this type of talk that I'm talking to the brothers and sisters. But let me tell y'all, we understand that the police would kill us for nothing. We already understand that. And we also understand, and we have seen with our own two eyes, how police treat white people. I have seen white women, white men walk up to the police and say, fuck you. And the police be like, okay, just calm down now, just go inside. And, you motherfucker. Threaten the police, everything. Get in their face, push them, all type of stuff. Pull off on them like she just tried to do, and don't nothing happen. And we be sitting back watching this stuff on cops like, man, if that was us, man, they would have shot us. If that was us, I would have went to jail. You see? So that's why when I said, damn, they shot her? It's a cold-blooded demonstration. We're in a new era in time now. They ain't playing. They killed a white woman. It's one thing to kill a white person, but a woman? Shit. Come on. They tripping. And they ain't playing. Now, allow me to say this right here, because the law, you know, as far as them de-escalating things and stuff like that, that should have been applied. The fact that he could have got out the way, that should have been applied. I don't believe that he had all the authorization from a legal standpoint to use deadly force. Now, from a point where he just don't give a damn and he know that he can get away with it, then yeah, hey, yeah. But from a legal standpoint, I don't believe he had the authorization to use deadly force. But that's just my demo. Some of y'all might see it a little bit different, but I'm just giving y'all my portion of understanding. Now, before I depart, allow me to say this right here. there's a lot of brothers and even sisters, right, are saying, hey, look, this is not our fight. Don't be out there protesting with them and you know, mind your business and stuff like that. And I get that. I understand that right there. But let me bring something back to y'all remembrance, right? When George Floyd died at the hands of a Minneapolis policeman, some of the people that was on the front line going hard for the injustice that happened to George Floyd was white people. Oh, y'all forget? Y'all forget all them white people? Native Americans. Y'all forget? Y'all forget all them natives that was out there? Mexicans. Y'all ain't forget that the Mexicans was helping, did y'all? Asians. Y'all forgot the Asian brothers and sisters that was out there when that stuff happened? And when I say black, I'm including Somalians and you Liberians. Come on. Y'all done forget? Come on now. They was on the front line for George Floyd, going hard than some of the brothers. Look, I'm just keeping it 100. Now y'all can act like y'all forget if y'all want to, but listen, whenever there's an injustice, especially on poor people, then you gotta understand, African American, y'all ain't rich. The mass majority of us, we are not rich folks. A lot of us is poor folks. And so when brothers is out there, you know, protesting with against immigration and all the illegal stuff that's going on, hey man, hey, do your thing, but be safe about it. You see, be safe about it, because listen, black people, we got to understand something. Once upon a time, it wasn't immigration, but they was demonstrating them same measures that they demonstrating right now on the Latin peoples, on us during slavery time. Yeah, remember slaves used to try to run away? Who would go get them? The police and the federal government will go get them. Remember when Nat Turner had an uprising? And remember all those other slave revolts? Who came to stomp out the slave revolts? The U.S. government. You see what I'm saying? So, look, that's your opinion. You can do what you but don't forget though. You see what I'm saying? Don't forget. Keep that in your memory bank. Don't forget about that type of stuff. Because easy as it's happening to them, if right now today, if the United States government said, you know what, we tired of black people. They criminals. They naturalized by birth. We can change the Constitution. We finna send their ass to Africa, somewhere, Brazil, wherever they want to go, but they can't be here. Your ass is on the boat. Yeah, your ass is on the boat. So all that, oh man, that ain't my fight. It ain't all that. Listen, you ain't gotta do none of that. But don't down the people that are participating. All I'm saying is this right here. Don't forget your history. And for the brothers and sisters that's out there protesting, be safe. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.